Hey, hey, hey.
How you doing? I am Cam.
And I am Kay, and welcome to Clink, the Sip and Chat edition. So, first of all, thank you for stopping by. Go ahead and hit that like. Feel free to comment when we're done. For those who want to watch it later on, and subscribe. Okay.
Subscribe.
So we did not have a sip and chat last week. Look, y'all, it's some things going on and we just didn't.
But we back on track.
We are back on track. I am better. My health is better.
Yeah, she is smiling, doing flips and cartwheels and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so here on Clink, Sip and Chat, we just talk about any and everything. Sometimes, we talk about some heavy issues. Sometimes it's going to be lighthearted, just like this topic is going to be lighthearted today. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And feel free to comment because we really want to hear your thoughts on we're going to be talking about what's the best and the worst part of being single. Okay. All right.
Girl.
So, just so you know a little bit about us, I'm Kay, and I am a lot of things. I'm a filmmaker. I'm about to release my first solo horror mini micro short that Cam was a part of. So I'll be releasing that soon because it's done with the film festival circuits, and I did get into one last one, the Idlewild International Film Festival.
Congratulations! Gotta give a round of applause for our friend, the filmmaker. Yeah.
So, I podcast and just a lover of all things creative. And Cam, just tell the people who maybe their first time, just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Cameron, aka Cam. I am an actress, a singer, a songwriter, a screenwriter. I also am a content creator, a producer of podcasts. I have a podcast called on Podcasted Network called Respectfully Speaking, and also I can never think of all this stuff. All this stuff.
We're gonna give.
We're working.
That's all we gotta say. We're gonna give all our socials at the end.
Yeah, we're working, and we're just living our lives, doing what we love and loving what we do, and having you come on here in our studio and have a good time. So, what are we talking about today, girl?
All right. So for those who it's your first time watching us, what we do is we like to start off with some conversation cards.
So you can start off with a glass of wine.
Just so you can, because the last couple of ones we were sipping on water because I was recovering. So, but yes, I have some wine tonight, honey. So, and this is really good. It's I'm not gonna say the brand because they're not paying us. But it's watermelon sangria. It's so tasty. Good. Oh my God, so good. Okay, so we like to start off again with a conversation card, just so you can know us a little bit better. And then we have another segment, and then we're gonna get into our main topic. So,
what's that card saying? What's that card saying?
Oh, okay. Have you ever been in trouble with the law? Johnny Law. No.
Oh God. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I can go first. Like anything major, no. Like a minor, like a traffic ticket, something like that, yes. But nothing major. No, I don't roll like that.
The only thing that pops in my head. No, I have never been in trouble with the law, and that's probably because when I was in high school, I was skipping school once, and they took me to the truancy center, and they had bars and stuff, and I think I was scared straight because where my high school was, the police station was right there. Mm-hmm. So I was like, they gonna call my mother, I'm gonna die.
Why were you skipping? I used to skip all the time, but
Well, what happened was I was trying to go to McDonald's because I like to skip my first hour to go to McDonald's because my brother wouldn't take me on this particular day. And I got caught. So I was scared straight. So that's it for me.
Really?
Other than that, I have never been in trouble, never been to jail. I've got a traffic ticket, but other than that.
Nothing major.
I didn't get in trouble.
No. I'm too pretty to go to jail. So.
That part. They'd be like, get over here. You be like, no.
Right. No, Bubba. I'll be fighting every night.
Right.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Nope. All right.
She said, no, 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 no.
Nope. So some of the okay. So for those, these were originally like cards I got for me and
A significance of it.
but they were too like on the friendly side, and we already knew a lot of stuff. But so some of these cards are in reference to that. So I'm trying to pick something that's neutral. Oh, okay. Oh, what the? Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, I like this one. Yeah, anybody can answer this. Yeah. If you had, and had is all caps, to choose to be loved or to love, which one would you choose? Mm. So to give the love or receive the love, if you had to choose one. Of course, in a perfect world, we want both, but if you had to choose one, isn't that deep?
If I had to choose one, I would choose to give the love I would choose to give the love over receiving the love.
I think for me, if I had to choose, it would be to be loved because
that wasn't a question. It said to give the love or receive the love. It ain't no be. Go ahead.
No, because I love when I love someone, like I go all out, you know, and a lot of times, you know, I want that reciprocated. So, so because of that, I rather, if I had to choose, is to be loved.
And I pick mine because I just feel like when you give it away, it's when it's unconditionally given away. You're giving it because you like to see people feel good. Because I think it's important that some people don't know how to love. And I think that in my life that I've been healed and I've always been loving. So I just think to give it, because I feel like if I give it, then maybe that can teach somebody how to love. If not me, somebody else, and it'll be a chain reaction.
What's that song I love? Teach me how to love. Show me the way to surrender your heart. Teach me. Yeah. I like that. But Music Soul Child.
Yes, girl, you made me get a chill. You made me change my mind in that moment. I want to get the love. Get the love. No, but that was a deep question.
I like that question.
And since we answered it, we want you to answer it and get back with us because that's a deep question. And if you don't get back with us, just think about it.
Yeah, so just let us know. Which one would you choose? Of course, we want both, of course. Yeah. But if you had to choose, would you rather choose to be loved or would you choose to give the love? Okay. All right. So our next segment, and you should see the graphic. It's called "What's Your Worst?" Okay, you see the graphic there. All right. So we're going to talk about what was your worst date. You want to go first?
I would say my worst date was a date that didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
I had made plans I was talking to this guy on the phone and we had been going back and forth like, okay, we're going to meet. And so I wrote down in my calendar, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to meet him because, you know, finally I had seen him before. We saw each other before. It was like finally to meet and actually connect and have a date. So I'm not good at looking at my text messages.
She's not.
I'm not.
See, I'm a texter.
And so we decided on a time. I didn't see the text message where he changed the time to an hour earlier. So I was like, well, dang, I got time. Let me go get my nails done. And I said, then I'll meet him at the restaurant. So after I finished getting my nails done, it was like 12:30. And then I saw the text. He wanted to meet at 12. And so I felt so bad.
Was this a first date or was like?
It was our first date. It wasn't our first time. We had seen each other and stuff like that. And I felt so bad. And we never went on another date. We never set up another date.
He wasn't understanding?
I think that maybe in his past, I don't know what had happened in his past. Because to me, I looked at it like, oh my God, I would have never gotten mad at somebody because it was a misunderstanding. You changed the time.
Yeah.
We had this date set for 10 days, and the last minute you changed it. So that's what I thought about it too. Because at first I like, well, I don't want anybody to think ill of me, or I'm that type of person. But then, like you were saying, I thought about it later, and I was like, maybe that happened to him, and maybe I did dodge a bullet because if you're that emotional over me, and I called.
Really?
And I called him.
Oh, and he didn't pick up.
And he didn't pick up. And then when I think he was, I don't know. So I think I dodged a bullet, but that was my worst. It was the worst date that never happened. But I felt bad because I was looking forward to it.
Okay, mine. Okay, I had jury duty this particular day. So, you know, I went down to the county, Oakland County. And as I was going in, this nice looking tall. You know, he was, you know, even though this don't have nothing to do with it, but, you know, he was light skinned. He had the green eyes. You know, I just walked past. I was like, hi. You know, he's like, hi. You know, just walking past. You know, I'm going inside, checking in to, you know, the jury duty. And I was like, okay, I'm hungry. Let me go to the cafeteria. So as I'm walking, you know, in the hallways, going to the elevators, I see him. He was like, I was hoping I'd run into you.
Deja vu. Girl, it what happened.
So I was like, okay. So I was like, I wanted to know why he was there, first of all, because I'm like, did you just come out of court? You know what's going on? So he said that he just got through renewing his CPL license. I was like, oh, okay, an avid gun lover, you know, all right.
Okay.
So, and I can't, you know, so we're talking sitting right there in the hallway, and I can just like hear my friends saying like, you know, do something different. So I'm like, okay. So, you know, we get to talking, and he asked for my number. So I did. I gave it to him. And, you know, so he won't take me out and all that good stuff. And so he texted me. No, he either called me or texted me that night, but I didn't see it. So until like the next morning, I was like, oh, hey, I missed, you know, your call, whatever. And so, you know, we were texting. Something that I should have tipped me off, but we're texting, and I'm at work, right? And so he was like, you know, send me a picture. And I'm like, we just,
your memory don't work.
Yeah, you know, onset dementia, you can't remember what's going on. So I was like, okay, and I'm thinking this is the new thing. You know, he's like a few years older than me. You know, so I'm like, you know, I was like back out in the game, and so my old boss at the time, she said maybe that's what they're doing now. You know, I'm like, okay, so I sent the pic. You know, he was like, okay. So we agreed to meet at I picked the place, and it was the day before Valentine's Day, so it's February 13th. So first dates, I don't like to do like full out dinners because I may not like you and I have to sit through the whole dinner. So we went to one of my favorite places. It's a tea bar in Birmingham that I go to. So I said, meet me there. So we met there. I went there first. I was there first. Made sure I got, you know, everything. He texted me, and I think he said he was parking. So I was sitting on the booth. So it's like a you know how they have the tables, they have chair here, but like the booth back here. So I'm on the booth back table. Here's the chair. He comes in, you know, we hug, and number two, he sits right next to me instead of across. I was like, okay. So, you know, my neck, you know, I'm like,
she getting a crook in the neck.
Right. So, because when we were talking at first, turns out that we went to the same church, and he was divorced. I knew of his ex-wife, but I didn't know her. So, you know, we ordered tea. Yes. So we ordered tea, right? And, you know, he pays for everything, of course. And then I was like, so what happened? You know, what happened with that? Because, you know, you want to know when somebody get divorced.
Yeah, like, you got to know what you're walking into.
Yeah, like, what happened?
All right.
So strike number three, he blamed everything on her. Everything, y'all.
So he wasn't healed.
He blamed everything on her. So, they have a child together. So he was like, she did this, she did that with this guy. I was like, I don't need to know all that. But for you not taking accountability for your part, because it takes two.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that was strike number 3. So everything her fault? Okay. So, we're talking, and this fool touched me right here on my upper thigh, if you can't see that.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, so I know what he about. Okay, he just want,
I know
So the conversation, because at this time my mom was staying with me because, she had her own house in Detroit, but I told her to come stay with me because some things that was happening there. So he was like, you can always come to my house if you need some,
Somewhere to
if you
go.
want to go, for peace and quiet. And I was like, okay. And then he started just talking about this sex, some type of, this. I'm like, okay. I'm like, clearly, this is not, no. I'm not feeling
Right.
this.
I don't even know you.
I don't know you. I don't know you. So,
and he knows that y'all go to the same church.
Yeah.
What
So
kind
I
of
don't think he went there anymore, but
still.
still. So, so, it's about an hour that we stayed. And he was like, I like that you didn't pick, I'm surprised you didn't pick dinner. He's like most people on first dates, pick dinner, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I said, I like to keep it casual like this, But anyway, I walked away from it like, it's a no for me. It's a hard pass. So he texted me. I don't know I think he wished me like a happy Valentine's Day. I was with somebody else on that day. But and then I heard some things that somebody was telling me about him that made me really think like, no, I'm good on this,
Yeah.
So he, after not responding, he was like, did I do something? No, he asked me. No, he asked me, do you have sex? Are you gonna wait till you marry, or when you're in a long-term relationship? I said, bruh. I text somebody. I said, we are not at the point where you can just ask me that.
Right.
We are not there. I said, you know what? I'm good.
Right. You're a little overdue, bro, huh?
Right. And then he came back with, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I know I shouldn't have went there. I'm working on that. Blah blah blah. I said, well, good luck with that.
That's probably why his wife left, because he was too busy working.
Right. But yeah, so that was my worst date. I'm like, no. Even though brother was fine as all get out, but ain't that much fine in the world.
And it's crazy because sometimes the fine ones be the ones that's super crazy. You be like, what the what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. So we are going to talk about what is the worst and the best part of being single. So I asked this on my threads, and somebody responded. King Koch _ She said the best part is no obligation, the freedom. The worst part is the lack of intimacy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Right.
Well, one thing about it is when you are single, you don't have to answer to anybody. Mm-hmm. You come and go when you please. You don't have to worry about if they're gonna be at your house or you have to be at their house. It's just freedom.
Yeah, I can choose to wash the dishes or leave them in the sink if I want to. I can clean up or not clean up. I can leave my house at about 3:00 in the morning and go to the store and get something, whatever.
It's just the freedom. But the good part about being in a relationship is, like she said, it's the companionship, to be able to have that companionship and be able to do nice things for that person and them in return to do nice things for you as well. Mm-hmm. Like, I like to get cooked for. I think it's wonderful when somebody cooks for you. Mm-hmm. I like when people put gas in your car. Mm-hmm. And, or, sometimes you go to the gas station and be like, I'll go follow you, or they go with you and fill up your tank. You be like, yes, Jesus, because gas is high.
He's my tank filler.
And just companionship when you can have somebody to talk to
Mhm.
if they're a good person, a good listener. But I just feel like it has its pros and cons.
It does.
But just don't settle just because you just don't want to be by yourself.
Exactly. So yeah, for me, like the best parts of being single, I'm just mimicking what was said. It is the freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I can just do whatever at this point. And yeah, is it just the freedom though?
The good part though, if you're in a good relationship, you still have your freedom though.
Right, you do.
If that person is secure.
Yes. I mean, of course, we run things by them and stuff like that, but yeah, it's definitely but it's more of it when you're single, and you can focus on just you, and it's a time to be selfish. It's a time to be selfish when you're not in a relationship. You just work on yourself, and that's the time to be selfish. Yeah. But so that's the best part. But so the worst part for me for being single is it can get the lack of companionship.
Yeah. There's something nice about having that foot in the middle of the night.
Yeah, right.
Or the other person,
somebody hand on your backside, something like that.
I think, yeah, it's just. I think it's just the companionship, but just to.
I mean, don't get it right. The companionship with the opposite sex or whoever you're attracted to, because you can still get companionship, from your girls, from family, friends, and all of that. But that intimacy, that relational companionship, it's something
that
about
relational
that.
where you can have relations.
Oh, hey.
No, I think it's pros and cons, but at the end of the day, in both instances, you need to be healed and made whole.
Yes,
a whole person looking for a whole person,
another whole person,
and not your other half, because that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so we can't, because a lot of people, they think like, what's that famous? Even though it was cute, it was.
Don't nobody.
No, not that. It was it was a cute line in the movie. It was like, when
you
complete me. But no, some people no. You should be already completed.
Mm-hmm.
So because that makes it so much better. When you have two whole people come together.
And I think that's the good thing about being single is when you are single, you do, like you said, have time to work on yourself. You have time to think about if you had a relationship, why that relationship didn't work out. Mm-hmm. What did I do wrong in the relationship?
Yes,
not always about what the other person does, because your happiness comes from the inside of you, not the outside of you. We are the creators of our own happiness. So we have to make sure that we are healed in some areas. And if you just explore your triggers and just getting to know yourself is like one of the best things you can ever do.
Oh my
going to the movies by yourself.
Yeah, going to dinner by yourself. And I know it's a lot of people like, what, by myself? Yes. If you can't date yourself, how the hell you think you're gonna be dating somebody else and it'd be successful?
And even in a relationship, you still have to date yourself.
Yeah.
You still have to take care of yourself. You still have to make sure that your needs are fulfilled. Because again, another person outside of you can't fulfill you, but you can fulfill you.
Mm-hmm. And don't think that being single is some type of
a bad
disease,
thing.
A bad thing. It's not, because some people will, if you let them, will make you feel that like, wow, family, you still single, you ain't married yet.
And married people, I found that when I'm around married people, they be like, oh, so when you get married, when you're in a relationship, it's like, maybe I'm happy the way that it is, because just because you're married don't mean that you're happy.
Come on, we know you know some unhappy married folks.
Yup.
That don't mean nothing. Okay.
Nope.
But yeah, so just like we said, it is pros and cons to being single. But if you are in that state where you're single and you're not dating someone, you don't have someone at the moment, be happy with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be happy with yourself and date yourself.
Try new and different things.
Mm.
Go do something that you have never done before.
Yeah.
Because you'll never know what you like unless you try different things.
And another thing, don't put your type. Don't confine that. Don't put that in a box. Don't do that, because if I would have done that, then I would still probably
be single.
It's good to date someone,
get to know somebody's heart.
Yeah, know their heart.
We're so stuck on the outside, like he got to be 6 feet tall, he got to be this, he got to have green eyes, be light skinned, have good hair, all of that, and look at the heart. Get a somebody who's going to treat you right,
nice. Somebody that's nice, that's kind, that's thoughtful.
They're not going to be perfect though.
No, they're not. But because you're not.
No,
okay.
Yeah, we're not. But I would say, yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Look at the heart and make sure that you lead with your heart and not with anything else, because money comes and goes.
Yeah,
everything comes and goes,
looks,
honey. All of that. You better make sure that he would like you. You got one eye and one leg. Like I'm gonna get you something. Come right.
And I want to say this. Make sure, it's so important. Make sure you, in dating, make sure you are dating someone who likes to make sure that your best interests are at heart, because even in that area, because you have some selfish people who only think about themselves, thinking about getting it for themselves, and they're not pleasers.
Yes, and you have to make sure that you're pleased.
Yes,
and especially with intimacy, don't date somebody or be intimate with somebody where you're always the giver and you're not getting anything back. Because when somebody cares about you, they're going to want to make sure that you're satisfied in all areas. They're going to ask you, like, what do you he may love lasagna, but he's going to say, what do you like? And you may fix him lasagna, but then he's going to make sure that he fixes you what you like. You like eggplant. I really don't care about eggplant, but I'm going to get it because I know you like it. Just love is sacrifice. Like is sacrifice.
Yeah, so just, we just want to come on here and just, just talk about that. And hopefully we inspired folk. And,
And in the famous words of Whitney Houston, learning to love yourself is the greatest gift of all.
It is the greatest love of all.
And with that being said, check us out at allthingscammk@gmail.com. If you have any comments, leave them there. And also like, share, and
subscribe. So let them know where they can find you, Cam.
You can find me on Facebook at Cameron Kimball. You can also see me in some Tubi movies. And also you can find me on Podcastic on Mondays and Wednesdays and here.
Yep. And I gotta hook my girl up with the link tree. So it's one-stop shop, because on my link tree you can see everything I'm involved in. Linktree/TheKayMarie, TheKayMarie. So just go there and you'll see everything that I'm involved in.
Start rapping. I'm the C, the A, the M, the A, the R, the Y, the N. What? My name is Kay. Right. She's just like, you are like, okay, I am the Kay Marie. 50 years of hip hop.
Okay, y'all. So thank you for tuning in. And if you have any suggestions, show suggestions or whatever, if you want us to answer any questions, if you need advice, whatever, we're gonna give it to you. Okay. So thank you for tuning in, and catch us next week. Have fun,
because we have fun.
Yes.
So have fun.
Have fun.
Enjoy life. Love the people in your life and treat them right.
And thank you for watching.
Clink. As I finish.
Until the next time, y'all. Bye.